Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm joined by Manny from Tabacalera Diaz.
How are you guys?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's a pleasure to have him here because I met you in the DR.
Yes.
When I visited the factory. Yeah, with your dad and stuff. Lovely factory. If you guys got the opportunity to go to Dominican Republic, check out the new, it's still new, isn't it? How many years?
Well, it's actually January 2022.
Yeah, so it's still new.
Yeah.
Factory, beautiful. If you're able to have a tour by Manny, I'll recommend that, so book it in. But anyway, we're not coming to talk about that. We're coming to talk about the cigars that we have here in the UK that are being made in his factory. This one is Freud. And Manny, tell us a little bit about the factory. Tell us a little bit about you. Obviously, Emanuel Diaz, your father. And then we go into the cigar.
Of course. So the company, thank you, Lizardo, to have me here. It's my first time in UK actually. So far, it's been a wonderful tour. We are here at the Summer Cigar Fest with amazing people that love cigars. This is the most important. But at the end, everybody have their own things. Of
course, yeah.
So we opened the factory actually in January 2022. I'm the son of Emanuel Diaz. Emanuel Diaz was the former master blender for W Cigars for over 35 years.
Yes. All of those cigars that we guys smoke, he was blended by...
Yes. But my dad has been in cigars since he was 7 years old. He used to sing a song from Julio Jaramillo, from a cigar to a cigar. So he told to my grandmother, Mom, that's how I'm going to live my life. Cigar to a cigar. So she took him to a small factory nearby the neighborhood called La Diana. Which is actually for second gold line from Emanuel Diaz cigars. And then finally one day I used to work at Ipicari.
Yes.
I was in charge of international sales, and one day my dad called me, I need you here, I want you to be part of the legacy I want to leave alive to my kids. So we opened the company in January 2022 and we call it Tabacalera Diaz because my father's last name, and Cabrera because of my mom's last name. We wanted to honor my mom because she was the one since the company was sold that always put pressure on him. You need to leave a legacy to the kids. And that's what she got at the end.
and it's a family-run factory because it's not just you and your mom and your dad, it's your brothers.
Exactly.
Involved.
I have my brother Hector who handles the operation of the company, and my brother Alex handles the financial part of the company as well. When we started the company, one of the suggestions I told my family is we must focus our energy in private.
Yes.
In order to make sure that everybody will have the same private. So Freud is one of the first people with chance. We have right now, we have produced for them totally 2 foreign and 2 limited editions. We're going to be releasing soon another limited edition, which I will talk to you later about. So we call the company Freud Cigar Company in order to the famous doctor, this guy Sigmond Freud, who, he was famous on the doctor part, but he is he used to be a really passionate cigar smoker. He used to smoke around 13 cigars. Wow. 12 to 13 cigars.
That's a lot.
Yes. That's a lot even for me.
Yes.
For us.
Yeah, when I went to the factory, these guys are smoking in one after the other. I couldn't do it. I don't know how you guys do it. But it's a job. It's a job for me to do that. So 13 cigars is a lot.
Yes, 13 cigars per day. So the first line we released for them was the Agape, which actually we have here at the event. It's a 54x5 limited edition box of 10 cigars, and we make 3,500 boxes total. Right now, I think the guys from our distributor in UK, which is Bradley,
Yes.
DP International, I think they still have probably, I might say, like 20 boxes.
Okay. So if you want to grab one,
Yes.
maybe you got time.
Exactly. You still down, guys, okay? So that was the first one we produced. Then we produced as well the Alter Ego, which is the one we are smoking. That's our regular line, Negociant Wrapper, and it had to back inside Peru from Peru. So it's an outstanding special program. I might say, well, you could tell me, may say from 1 to 10, maybe like 6.5 in terms of the strength.
Yeah.
So
Obviously love the Lancero shape, beautiful Vitola.
So besides that one, we also have what is the Sigmond, the one we have over here. So this box of 10 cigars is a 50 by 10.5. We call it the Disruptor in honor of one of the articles that Sigmond Freud was involved as well. Even if you see the wrapper, many people expect when they see a light wrapper, it's going to be a substitute. The color of the wrapper is more telling you.
Listen to
So
man.
this is something really important to keep in mind. The color of the wrapper will never tell you the strength, not even the size. What will tell you the strength is what you have inside. That's why if you go to a shop and you say, for example, I want a really light cigar, you're asking for it. Because in tobacco, light is strong. Because in the tobacco, it's like tobacco. It's the one that we call the head, which in English we translate to light. So that one has low production and is stronger. Then you have in the middle what we call this medium strength, medium flavor. And then we have the seco on the bottom of the tobacco plant. We call seco and it's the highest composition and the structure. So if you want a soft cigar, you should say, we like to have a mild or soft, or don't ever say light. Because you're asking for a cigar that's gonna kill you.
Yeah, and like for example, this one's got a darker wrapper and it's a medium strength cigar, I would say.
Yeah.
So it is very true. Something very important that a lot of people get wrong is that, especially beginners, when they try new cigars, they think that the lighter wrapper is going to be light. No, you got to ask the people who work there, or if you're online, read the notes. Normally, all the websites will put the strength on it. Check that. But okay, so tell us a little bit more. So we know the wrapper, what's inside?
Yeah, the wrapper is a Corojo, in this case from Ecuador, a crop from 2006.
Okay.
I think I always like to let know the cigar aficionado. Besides the color of the wrap, if someone tells you he has a limited edition cigar, you need to know what the stock was.
Yes.
Why do I say that? The wrapper is from 2006,
Yeah.
so there's no way I will be able to get that wrapper again.
So once it's gone?
It is gone. So if I tell you, oh, this cigar is special, blah blah blah, it's a limited edition, and it's been aged for 10 years. I'm telling you, it's been 10 years. I wasn't be able to sell the cigars. So the most important is the elements that you have inside the cigar, and that will determine the age, the taste profile that you might get from the cigar. Besides the Sigmond, we also have the one smoking. This is a Super Eagle. This one is not made by Eladio Diaz. It's being made by William Ventura,
Okay.
who used to be in charge of a blender in David Cigar Factory. He left the company in 2006, if I'm not mistaken. And for sure, he had to produce the Super Eagle in 4 different sizes: Robusto, Toro, Bordeaux, as well, and Alonso. And besides that, they have another line called Carlos and Maria.
Okay.
It's a concept that is involved with Full Cigar because Mr. Sigmund make an article talking about what is the meaning of love.
Okay.
So that's why Carlos and Maria came to the top. So far, we're gonna be released. The one I mentioned before, it's a gap with a E at the end.
Okay.
So it's a limited edition. It's gonna be a Belcoso 54x6 with a Habano wrap. So usually, it's important to keep in mind, Lizardo, that when you see a cigar that, for example, might have a really dark, it depends about how they grow it. I could give you a cigar with a Connecticut wrap. Of course, when you hear Connecticut, you think, oh, it's gonna be a light color, right? But when you're going tobacco, the sun touches directly the tobacco and it's not protected from by sun. That Connecticut will be really dark.
Yeah, because it's the sunlight that creates that
Exactly. So I could give you dark, and I will tell you with a dark wrap. You say, "Oh my God, this is really dark. I guess this is Habano or this is Negro San Andres."
Yes.
No, it's Connecticut. What? Yes, because the sun is touching the tobacco door. Of course, that's what they call sun grown.
Sungrown, yeah.
But it's expensive to do
Or
that
shade
process.
grown, which is the one with the cover.
Exactly. So it's expensive to do a sun grow because the sun, yes, the tobacco is complicated, it talks to you. So if you let the tobacco too much time on the sun, the leaf might get burnt.
Yes.
So how you see that when you finish the creation process and you're starting to do the fermentation process, which by the way, remember, the fermentation is to take out the humidity and the penalty from the tobacco leaf to get a better combustion, better aroma, better taste, better presentation process. So if you don't do the right fermentation, let's see, at the end you will see a black spot or white spot.
Okay, yeah.
As soon as you quit the cigar, you start smoking. Even before you light up the cigar, you put it in your mouth, you give your throat like dirty.
Yeah.
Your throat is uncomfortable. Your nose about to sneeze. The tobacco is not good. So what do you do in that case? You have to pour it.
Okay.
Because there's no way or a chance to save us.
To save it. Okay. Nice to know. So it's really good to do this videos for you guys with people who own factories and grow tobacco and know all of this, because they know the little details that not that is kept behind doors, but they know the little details that maybe are not widely available. So that's great information, man. And obviously, from what I understand, from what I visited the factory, your dad also throughout the years they've been keeping tobacco. Like, you have really nice age.
Yes, that's correct. Because the most important we start is that when we know we need to buy tobacco, for example, I could tell you, I need Corojo wrap 2016. Well, sorry, wrap 2023. And you know you need that kind of wrap that you need. If I go to the tobacco factory to get tobacco, I'm not just going to buy a bell. Remember, a bell is like weight of beauty.
Yep.
So the weight might be around 128 pounds. So if I know I need a wrap, and I know I make, for example, 30 different cigars, and for those 30 different cigars, 60% use that wrap. Should I buy just one bell? No. If my supplier say I have 50 bells, I should buy them 50. Of course, not everybody have the money to buy 50 bells on a roll. Not even so. Maybe I will just buy 10, and later I say, hey, Isardo, do you have more of the tobacco? Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you need to trust. Well, I have a famous phrase say, believe in God, but always close your mouth.
Very good. Very true. Especially in our countries.
That's true. So that is important. Always keep in mind that we buy the right tobacco. And of course, if I know that maybe you might tell me you're not tobacco, and you might tell me, Manny, I have a pale blue. I have 5 bells from 2000. Because that tobacco is my excuse to say, listen, this cigar costs, for example, 50 years. Oh, please, that's too expensive. It has tobacco for 2000.
Yeah, well, now that you touched on that, explain a little bit more of the price, because obviously we have the taxes. That's a topic completely different when we're comparing Europe cigars with American cigars and the price of the cigars in the UK. But apart from the taxes, the tobacco that is used, the length that is being aged, all of these factors. So if you can tell us a little bit more about that, so that people can understand why some cigars will be more expensive when it's a special edition that is using tobacco that is aged 10 years. Even the cigars that age themselves, that all adds up. But if you're able to explain a little bit more so that people understand.
Of course. The difference between what you call a foreign is a cigar that's always going to be a real. For example, the one we are smoking right now is a foreign. Always going to be a This is a limited edition because we made it in 2022. It's never be available. What's the difference? In this one, in this case, we have tobacco. As I said before, for all 2016 wrapper, 2016. There's no way. Maybe if I go back in time, that I
don't have the machine yet.
We don't have that machine yet. So it's impossible to believe that cigar.
Yeah.
Besides, the history behind is really important to defend the cigar. I give you the best example. Let's say you are a millionaire and you try to have your phone brands and you hire all the Padron, you hire and the cigar is being called Isaac by Khalid, and you say the price is 200. Maybe it's costed. Why should I pay $200? That's the law. And the start, my father was of the theater or back in Nicaragua. Yeah. And my family all this time have strong relations with Jorge, with Carlito, with Ernesto, and I wanted to show you how it feels to be, how honored it is to be in a family that has been in the family for over 200. And that way people will say, oh yeah, work for 200.
Yeah, because it's not just the story. Obviously, the story brings a lot of knowledge.
Exactly.
And you're paying for the knowledge. You're paying for not just the name on the band or the branding, it's the knowledge, the time. 200 years family is a long time, and a lot of generations that have been passing down knowledge. And that's what you're paying for. It's like when you buy, I don't know, maybe a car, for example,
Yeah.
that has a lot of history, like Rolls Royce or something like that. They've been creating great cars, and they've been passing down knowledge so that they can become better and better. The same thing happens with that affects the price.
It's the same as when you someone and say, oh, the price of the one you're smoking, for example, is $20.
Also, for the next masterclass, because I'm very, very good, sir.
I'd rather buy a box
For the
six
250
for five, and it's like, no, the main cigar to use yellow tones, but we call Boulay with blue. The main cigar we use black one. And in order to see the black, for example, it takes from September to March. So we're talking about over 90 days. After those 90 days, you have to do like food. Then you have to take the tobacco. Cigar factory, tobacco factory. To the fermentation process. If it's darker, the one you are smoking, the fermentation will be going deep. After that, you take it out to release the barrel. Or maybe, for example, Manny goes to see the tobacco from Isaac. I say, Isaac, do you have your 98? Oh yeah, I have this crop. From what year? 2024. Remember. Whoever tells you 2000 tobacco and tells you, oh, my crop is from 2000. That's not possible. Because that we haven't even started with tobacco. So once I buy the tobacco from you, I take it to my factory. I say, you know what? I'm going to let that tobacco please. Another year. Yes, but up to you. Then you take it out from the bale or fermented it. So you almost take it off 3 years. And finally, you do put it in your tea. So what I'm trying to tell you is, how long does it take from the seed, back to seed, to the cigar, to smoke? Minimum 2 years.
And it's not like you take it and put it here and forget about it.
Yeah.
This is a product, a material that you have to do daily, or how often you have to.
You need to rotate the tobacco. When you're doing the fermentation process, on the tobacco tile,
Yeah.
you don't leave the tobacco there as a no. Every 15 days, you need to do what we call rotate, throwing the tobacco. So up, down, of the ups.
Yeah.
All the tobacco. When you do that, then the tobacco will burn like this. Because in life, you have two types of things. What is the best thing for friendship? What is the worst cigar?
The one that doesn't burn
The one with no drop?
with no throat.
Imagine yourself going to a club buying a signal, and then you go to Liverpool, you smoke your cigar. Once you arrive with your nice hat, nice whiskey, start smoking.
Okay. You gotta throw it away.
Exactly. Besides, as I hope my father
Hello
used to
again, you
With cigarettes?
How are we doing? Everyone alright? Has everyone got cigars? Because I think we might have some.
Oh, that's
I don't know.
So
This
coming back
is
to
the 10-minute
the
warning
cigar.
for George
At the
Fox
moment,
and Nation Cigars Masterclass. Down at the
factory is
Sharpshooter
only
Hut.
making this one
So
in the
make your way
UK.
down to there.
They're also in the US.
Yes, that's correct.
Anywhere in Europe as well they can find them?
Yeah.
Because obviously they usually come and
It's in
And
Germany.
also, if you'd like to just look at me over here,
They can get the cigars.
So if you're watching from any of those countries and want to try fruit, you can go and ask your retailers and they should have it all. That should source it for you. Anything else that we should see soon from you guys? I know your dad always brings out a limited edition.
That's
What
correct.
about the cigar that your dad are going to make for the market?
Well, from Freud, I will tell you that we're going to release soon Agape. That's the second version of the Agape 2023. This is a 2025. It has tobacco that is over 6 years old, which is a lot in a cigar. And it will be a limited edition of just 300. And it's going to be here available in UK soon because we just got the printing material, the cigar band stuff by that box last week. So we're going to start packing and then keep it together. And not just here, as I say, also to the United States and the countries in Europe, here right now.
And what about any Emanuel Diaz brand limited edition?
Yes,
Anything like that?
we're gonna release with the 72 anniversary. It's we already released that cigar, and we have another cigar called La Diana. That's our special line, and it's gonna be available not just in UK, also in Belgium, Hungary, Switzerland, Germany. Spain is a difficult market because they do love a lot of people cigar. And besides the tax, this is a big problem. That's why anyone who's gonna make a cigar, let's say they say, okay, my price in retail price will be, for example, $60. people will compare with a Puente,
Yeah.
with a W, switching with Chico. Because it's a name that has been solid 2 years. So that's the way I see the market working. And in tobacco and cigars, you're always
Well, thank you very much for your time.
no
I know
problem.
you gotta go back to the booth.
Yeah.
Lovely cigar. You gotta try this. If you go to the VR, touch base with Manny, because if he gives you a tour, I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.